It started here 75 years ago, the founding of Friendship Baptist Church. Behind me is woods now, but at one point that was the end of Colerain Avenue. It's now I-75 south just through the middle of downtown. But in June of 1949, 12 members founded Friendship Missionary Baptist Church in a rented building, 2401 Colerain Avenue, before they moved in 1956 to their new location on Elm Street. After 7 years at the Colerain rented building that they had, they moved here a little deeper downtown to 2022 Elm Street. It's now a vacant lot, but they stayed here for 9 years and then moved up into the Colerain area, out of downtown into the suburbs. Many of the folks moved out of the downtown area and started to move up the hill into the suburbs, which was probably more country at that time, but they moved here to the Colerain area and bought what the church behind me is 8209 Chesswood. And the Lord blessed here for many decades. In 1977, they were able to put an addition on where they added Sunday school space, a much-needed altar, choir space, baptistry, and then also some offices for the pastor. Then later on, a few years later, in 1982, they were able to buy the building 2 doors down, which they called the Annex. They used it for additional Sunday school space, for a children's church, and for our prophets' quarters as well. We're now at our 4th and current location at 8580 Cheviot Road, right along Cross County Highway or Ronald Reagan Highway. Back in 1985, we were able to purchase 4 acres for, believe it or not, $48,000. They broke ground in 1987, and then in June, we had our dedication service in 1988. The original building behind us was the auditorium, the Sunday school rooms, and half of or probably more, a third of the fellowship hall. And that was what we would call now Phase 1. It wasn't long after moving into the building that we were quickly running out of education space. So the men of the church built the Sunday school rooms on the 2nd floor, and eventually we added the balcony, which was considered Phase 2 of the building. God continued to bless, and by 1994, we needed additional Sunday school space for the children, for the teenagers, and we decided to add on to the fellowship hall. Behind me, you'll see 2/3 of the fellowship hall that was added. Underneath it was Sunday school space for our teenagers, also for some of the adult classes as well. Partitions were put in there to divide it, and that opened up in March of 1995. In the early 2000s, it was obvious we were out of education space again, but this time we needed it for adults. So we broke ground in 2002 on an adult education wing. You might hear it called Phase 4 or the West Wing. It also houses our nurseries on the 2nd floor. And when we added that, it doubled our square footage to where now we have 50,000 square feet of education space and worship space. Phase 5 is our last phase that we had here at the building, and it wasn't so much an addition to the building as it was an upgrade to our facilities. We took the fellowship hall and kidscaped the walls, the Sunday school rooms, added new flooring that allows us to have upward basketball. In here in the auditorium, we had a technical upgrade for sure, adding our screens and the beautiful decoration on the wall, and that allowed us to have our video ministry, also expand the music ministry so the choir would have ample room as well. The Lord's also blessed us to have 2 mission homes, just properties 2 and 3 down from us, and then the 4th property down for the caretaker. And we have missionaries come from all over the world while they're on deputation, and they can stay there free of charge, and a blessing to them and to us as well. The Lord's blessed us with some incredible facilities, and to whom much is given, much is required. May we continue to be faithful into the next 75 years of Friendship Baptist Church history. Let us continue with our mission, helping people meet, magnify, and model Jesus.